Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Joy Taylor Fired by Fox After Shocking Lawsuit. Let's get right into it.
Do you feel pressure to show people that you're not just a pretty face?
No. Literal models. There are supermodels that don't do this job. So you either have the skill to do it or you don't. And if people think that I'm here just because I'm pretty, like, I must be very beautiful.
Becky the Throat Goat.
Becky the Throat Goat. Becky the Throat Goat is always fun. She'll take things down, both large and small. Becky the Throat Goat swallows it all. They call up Becky and run their plays because a night with the Throat Goat leaves them in a daze.
Yeah, like, I've got time for girls like her, you know what I mean? Because she's ambitious, she's got talent, and she's got a good head on her. Great head.
He cold. She belongs to the streets.
Okay, you're willing to do anything to get where you want to be, which is even sleeping with men, older white men, to have positions in the company, despite the fact that you're not good. I guess you would call that booty clapping DEI.
Got him!
Because if you don't have to have requirements, if you don't have to have a resume to get a job, the next time a woman's up for a job, I don't want to hear about the experience that she needs to have it. I am a fan of anarchy and interesting, so I'm not upset about it at all. Balls fixes everything. I prefer brains over balls, but that's just me. But balls, Paul. I'm built for softness and good times and prosperity. I'm not built for hard times and adversity.
If you want to make the workplace productive, you can't have a whore around. She gonna offset the workplace. What are you talking about?
I mean, I had male mentors. Like Dan Levitard is and still is a great mentor for me. All of the men that I've worked with have been tremendous in helping me and guiding me and giving me opportunities. Colin and I are still very close. Colin is incredible. And yeah, I mean, I've had mostly male mentors.
Allegedly, Miss Taylor was smashing the big boss.
Times.
50 times?
More.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably.
I guess he might be the horniest man in America, huh?
And being a woman of substance and means, I can provide that for them.
It's so funny that women have to lie and say that they're a woman of substance and means. Like, we all know that you were the work. You were the work at Fox. That's what you were. You were the work over there. And it's okay that you were. I'm not shaming you. Well, I just think it's funny that women can't accept who they truly are in the workplace. If you are the harlot of the workplace, you're the harlot of the workplace. If you slept your way to the top, you slept your way to the top. Booty clapping DEI. It's funny to me that she says all of her mentors are men and they all gave her opportunities. I wonder what she gave them. I mean, maybe she gave them an opportunity, right? Unbelievable. I don't know where that Becky the Throat Goat book came from, but it just shows you. It just shows you how crass, how degenerate literature is nowadays. And I guarantee that's probably a kid's book. It's a kid's book. Unbelievable. I don't know much about Joy Taylor. I know a lot of people who watch a lot of sports and they watch Fox Sports. They know a lot about her. I didn't know anything about her. I'm discovering her because I'm in the manosphere and I review women in the manosphere, well, women in dating and dating dynamics and stuff. But I don't know anything about her. But for the men that know things about her, from what I've heard, she doesn't have any talent. She's not good at what she does. And this is why Charlamagne asked her, does it hurt, how does it feel when people say that you only got your job because of your looks? She's like, oh, well, supermodels don't do this job. Well, supermodels don't want your job because they're actually, like, really good looking and they can walk runways. I don't think Joy Taylor could walk a runway, right? She's probably, like, short and stubby. She got big cans, but she got no butt, okay? So she probably can't walk the runway. She's not tall enough. And a lot of these girls, I'm going to keep it real with you, a lot of these girls, they're just light-skinned. I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm not saying she's unattractive, but she's just light-skinned. So she gets away with a lot of stuff. Hey, listen up, Safe Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Being a woman of substance and means, I can provide that for them.
Skip and Shannon Undisputed. Yeah, we co-host, but this is your show. So I owe you a little gratitude. But Joy better not ask me. I mean, Joy my girl, but Joy better not ask me when I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and Joy cool, but we go, you know.
My turn! It is. You told me it was my turn.
You can talk all that you want to, yell and scream, you lost.
It is my turn.
You lost the game.
I want to pay my debt.
You gonna let me talk, Ocho? It's my turn.
But truly, in the sports industry, I do not know anyone that is more impressive in every way, shape, or form than the one and only Joy Taylor.
I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in?
Can we just keep it a buck? If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want. Fine, funny, in money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that talk on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't because women this and men this. You're moving forward with this person. I think we should legalize prostitution.
Okay.
I have been standing on this for decades, and I think that prostitution should be legalized.
Okay.
They will never do this, but that I think would be a massive solve.
And being a woman of substance and means, I can provide that for them. Now, there's things that I want in exchange for taking care of a princess boy. And, if that is what men are interested in behaving like, I feel like I can do that. I can be that person for you. I can give you an experience you've never had.
Man, say it ain't so. None other than Mrs. Peanut Butter Skin.
The 42-page, that's right, 42-page suit names several defendants, including Fox Sports Executive Vice President Charlie Dixon and even host Joy Taylor. Faraji alleges Dixon grabbed her buttocks at a birthday party, and when she relayed the encounter to Taylor, the Fox host allegedly told her to, quote, get over it, end quote.
Yeah, of course she said get over it. She's used to it. She's used to it. And that's why her co-host said, do you know how hard it is to get into the position that she's in? Oh, yeah, she got into a very hard position, okay? She felt something hard. Now, it's funny because before Kamala Harris, Joy Taylor probably was the queen of word salad, okay? Just saying a bunch of stuff. Oh, my God, if he's fine enough, if he got enough money, and that's what we want to hear her talk about. She needs to come into the manosphere. We need her in the manosphere. Even though when she was on that interview with Van Hunt, she talked about she wanted to legalize prostitution. She wants to legalize prostitutes. It's illegal in one state. I did my research. It used to be legal in Rhode Island. It's not legal there anymore. Okay, now it's just legal in, I guess, Nevada, somewhere in Nevada. I'm assuming Vegas. That's the only place it's legal. But, it's funny because women like her, so I kind of remember the interview that she had with Van Hunt a little bit. And by the way, he was a complete softball with her, right? This is why, men, they kiss these women's ass. And you could tell a lot of these men never got the girl they wanted in high school, never got the girl they wanted in college. If you're a real playboy, if you're a real dude who got around and, you know what I'm saying, you were good with girls, you didn't had a few Joy Taylors. Joy Taylor's, see, what will make Joy Taylor really impressive is she had a fatty. See, I think she's decently attractive, but if she had a fatty, then she'd be dangerous. Then she'd be J-Lo, okay? But if you got no butt and you just got big cans, anybody could go down to the nearest plastic surgeon and get cans. Okay? I don't recommend them, but I'm just trying to say. A butt's a little harder. BBLs are not as interesting as, fake yitties. Okay? Fake yitties look a lot better, and I don't like fake bodies at all. I'm just saying. Anyway, can't be that impressed by big yitties. Not that impressive. But I think if she's looking for a job, and I think she started a YouTube channel. I was watching on Anton Daniels' show. She started a YouTube channel. She's not doing that great. It's not an easy transition. You should learn YouTube. A lot of these people come to the space and they think YouTube is just like television where they just put on whatever videos they want since they're famous, people are just going to watch. It's not like that. You have to earn the YouTube audience. It took me a long time to really understand what the hell I was doing. Even now, I'm still trying to figure it out, and I'm a lot better now. At least when I put videos out, I get views. But when I started, bro, and you guys can look at the very early beginnings of my catalog, 20 views, 30 views, 40 views, nobody was watching. But now, for me, I could do like I remember at one point when if I got 100 views in a day, I was like, whoa, we're doing pretty good. Now I'm at the point where, like, if I get 100 views in like 20 minutes, I'm like, damn, this is kind of slacking a little bit. I expect to be more in 20 minutes. I need to do like 130, 140, 150 views. So times have changed. But again, I had to learn the YouTube algorithm. I had to learn the YouTube as a company and understand how it works. A lot of these people that are going to come here, they're going to try to jump into podcasts, they're going to try into talking. It ain't easy. They're going to find out not easy. And you can't sleep your way to the top of YouTube. You can't blow the YouTube. You can't blow Neil, who's the CEO of YouTube, and get the audience. It doesn't work like that. Television is different. Where television, their audience, there's not a direct correlation between the audience and the talent, but on YouTube it is. Okay, the more talented you are, the better you could engage with the audience, the more successful you'll be. The shittier you are, the shittier it'll be.
If you got a whore and she's sleeping with one of the guys up there, that actually can be leveled out. But when you got a whore and she slept with this guy up there and that guy up there, weak men and whore gonna destroy and burn down everything that people trying to be productive with. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Beautiful. So I take it as a compliment.
Has your contract with Fox Sports 1 been renewed yet?
We are in the process of things right now.
3 weeks later.
Joy Taylor out at Fox Sports as network cancels 3 shows. The 3 shows struggled to find a huge audience, prompting the cancellations, according to sources briefed on the decision.
The 3 shows got cut. The writing's been on the wall. I mean, everyone should have known once FX1 started a new thing, got all these new shows, and then they didn't get TV rights. Oh, yeah. If you know, not TV rights, but if you don't get NDA rights, what you gonna do?
But usually, men, we always have to gain what we gain based on merit. Maybe not all the time, but most of the time. And here's a situation about Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Ajo. Outside of these horrendous claims, what was the real issue? Well, all 3 shows struggle with low viewership. But the reality is this: you may be able to get yourself into certain situations, but your talent or skill set will show where you should be. And yes, Joy Taylor was on Fox Sports, and maybe she was good with somebody else on the show, but nobody comes to see Joy Taylor like we come to see Colin Cowherd or Shannon Sharp on ESPN Now or Stephen A. Smith. No, nobody wants to see her. And so eventually the talent will tell the real story anyway, which I'm not going to say she has zero talent, but not enough that people want to watch her.
As always, we can only guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So listen, I agree with what Corey Holcomb said. He said weak men and whores are going to ruin any kind of productive work. Here's why. Whores are going to sleep their way around. The weak men are going to entertain them, but then they're going to start feeling jealous that they have to share her. A lot of weak men can't go along with the fact that, she's for everybody, bro. They're going to get stingy. Oh, no, I want her. I love her. They're going to try to they're going to try to outcompete other men for her. It's going to ruin itself. Now, what I mentioned earlier, and I guess let me kind of correct what I'm saying. YouTube, anyone can start a YouTube channel, yes, but you can't get into the swing of things with YouTube until you earn the audience. It's not like when you're on television where you get into the swing of things just by getting hired for the job. So you're already on the network. You can get in there, but you can't stay there unless you build a following, build an audience, unless you get viewership. So that's the difference. In YouTube, to even get there, you need to have viewership. You could start, but you won't be, you know what I'm saying, broadcasting to like 3 people in Indonesia if you're not good. Okay? So, what I think about people like Joy Taylor, they relied on the fact that it's this hiring system, right? That there's a boss and he could hire you or he could throw you on another show. And that's kind of stuff. It's political, right? It's political. That political stuff is gone. It don't exist at YouTube. There is no you get with this person, get with that person. You have to build your own audience. Even if I go on another person's channel right now, there's no guarantee I'll be able to take off. Like, I'm going to use, I can use as a good example, Aaron the Plumber. You remember Aaron the Plumber? He was on Pop the Balloon. But there's lots of men on Pop the Balloon, right? But we don't remember any of those men. Why? Because none of them went viral enough where they built an audience based on their one performance. So he was able to catapult his career, or even start a career maybe he wasn't even thinking about, by just being on a reality YouTube show. A dating YouTube show. And like I said, there was many men on that show no one remembered anything about at all. And a lot of people can't point out any guy. I mean, there was like that one doctor. I think he built a little bit of a thing. But, Aaron the Plumber was able to go on do reality TV, like on television, I think Zeus Network. So he was able to go get more bags because of it. This is something that you can't sleep your way into for YouTube. There is no sleep with the producer. You got the gig. There is none of that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people who are used to the business model of television, they're not going to be able to translate very well to YouTube because YouTube doesn't run off that business model. The algorithm don't care that you blew the CEO, you blew the director. They don't care about that. They don't even care you blew your director. The algorithm likes what it likes. It feeds content to people based on its own merit. And if you don't know how to make title thumbnails, and you don't know how to choose good topics, you won't do well on YouTube. It's just the way it is.
Zero talent, but not enough that people want to watch her.
As always, we can only guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing left to do but get on into it. And we're going to go deep. Again. How deep? Deeper than Atlantis on this one because the rabbit hole is endless.
Well, polite savages, it looks like Joy Taylor finally got canceled. Or at least the contracts were not renewed, as this woman, unbelievably, was held accountable for getting down the whole down, getting passed around all around that Fox Sports network. She out here running around the social media streets, definitely putting in the work, appearing on multiple podcasts where real ones know from a mile away that she was doing whatever she could do to save her ass, and her sky-high bills past due piling up, where she's unable to use her goodies and assets like she did in the past. The collateral damage went wide and far. Polite savages, the message was clear, whether you're an executive or not, you're gonna get shown the door, and that cushy job is going to disappear.
Charlie Dixon, who at the time was the Fox Sports programming executive, but in April, he got fired.
Charlie, when the first lawsuit hit, they put him on administrative leave. Second lawsuit hits, they let him go. Then people were telling me, Joy ain't long for this. They're gonna get rid of Joy. I was like, damn. I was like, okay, so that must mean she's guilty. It was like, it's not even that deep. Guilty or not, we can't have her just hanging out here, having all of that cloud of allegation just in this building. Because other people were named in that lawsuit. Not even as defendants, y'all go through it. From Eric Shanks on down. So they're like, Joy gotta go. But ain't this, and everything that Charlie touched or didn't touch, I'm talking about in terms of shows, not just people. Y'all stupid. Everything had to go.
Then also, we had Emmanuel Acho, who is typically on Fox Sports too. He's been on several programs, including those with Joy Taylor.
Just got done with rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I gotta take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor.
Sorry, Acho, they fired your ass too. But at the same time, Charlie Dixon was clapping Joy Taylor's cheeks, and also Emmanuel Acho was clapping Joy Taylor's cheeks at the same time. Like, stop the show.
Flashback. They brought you in because you are disposable. And they're showing you now that, yeah, you're disposable. They already got the tire treads ready to throw him under the bus for. Because the issue here is that if you're willing to sleep with Joy, how do we protect ourselves if somebody else accuses you, even if it's a lie? You've already demonstrated that you will.
Yeah, that's, I used to work in television. I used to work at MTV when I was in college. I was an intern at MTV. And when I interned there, first of all, back in 2012, it's a while ago now, almost 13 years ago, the writing was on the wall back then, right? A lot of people that were full-time employees were miserable because they weren't earning enough. And the reason why they weren't earning enough because viewership for MTV was falling, right? But the workload was still high. And so people were getting paid to do two people's jobs at half the salary and without benefits. So, I learned quickly not to try to work in television. And the thing about television is to get a job and to really be popping in television, you need to know people. It's still this kind of permission-based industry, right? Where you need to get permission. Someone needs to hire you. Someone needs to approve you. Someone needs to promote you. And I didn't want to sit around and kiss ass for decades just to get growing there. Now, some people I interned still work there. I got some friends that still work for Viacom and that network. And they're doing well. Some of them are at Nickelodeon. Some of them at all the other brands that they have. I know CMT. There's old brands by Viacom, right? Dope building in Times Square. By the way, one of the coolest buildings I've ever been into. Some of the office buildings in Viacom are like garage doors, right? Like the door for the room, one of the rooms inside of the building is a garage door. Like, if you've never been into MTV Studios before, one of the dopest buildings you can go into as far as like Hollywood goes, you know what I'm saying, and like TV and stuff. And then I also worked at a record label. I worked at a record label. I used to be a rapper. And so it was pretty cool for me to work at a record label. I was interning at Epic Records, right? Back when we had L.A. Reid was the president, and it was like an all-black company. One of the first, only all-black companies I pretty much all worked at. Epic Records was all black. Everybody was black. You know what I'm saying? He was black. Just everybody was black. But even then, it was the same thing. Like, it was like you had to be politically connected to grow. And I wanted to be an artist, so I said to myself, look, I want to be able to grow based on my own merit, my hard work. I want the harder I work and the smarter I work, the more results I get. That's what I wanted my success to be connected to, not be who I know, who I did a favor for. And, I'm somebody, I'm from Jersey. I don't know a lot of these New York niggas. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm not connected to some of the people I knew there. And I seen clearly that connections and networking is how everything got done. And so I left, even I left my dream job in a sense, right? Because I'm a rapper working at a record label, and I personally left. I wasn't pushed out and fired like Joy Taylor. I left, and I started pursuing my own career. I became a photographer, and photography is what led me to even become a YouTuber because I wanted to document my life as a photographer. So I started making YouTube videos. I started a channel to document my life as a photographer, and then a pandemic happened, and then I stopped doing photography and focused on YouTube. So that was kind of cool. But I say all this to say this, is that times are changing right now in media. Social media is now this new wave where you have to build your own audience. There's no longer joining a big network and inheriting their audience. That thing is like done. That's like the dying times. Like that was the permission-based society we lived in, where you had to know someone at the radio station to get your music on the radio. We had to know someone in television to be on television. Now we all have an equal platform, right? We all can have access to Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, blah blah. But now you have to compete with other people for the attention of the audience, because that's the industry we're working in. We're working in the attention industry. Who could hold your attention the most? And that's the definition of entertainment, by the way. Entertainment is about holding your attention. A lot of people don't realize that. The definition of entertainment is very interesting. It's about holding other people's attention. And that's why if you want to rule the world, you need entertainment. As far as if governments want to rule the world, they need entertainment to take people's attention away from all the political stuff that's really going on. Right? You entertain people so people are kind of asleep at the wheel. Other than that, man, shout out to Joy Taylor. I mean, hoeing can't last forever. She made it this far, further than she probably thought she would have. Best of luck to her. But yeah, her no skills won't work well on YouTube. But there's always OF, right? Where your skill is just showing your body. There's always OF. A lot of girls are doing it, right? We have more OF models than we've ever had. We have more prostitution than you said you wanted to legalize prostitution, right? So we have more prostitution than we've ever had. You know, you got big cans. Go show your body. You might have success, and you could probably make 100, 200K a month on OF. But to do that on YouTube, you got to have real skill. And very few women put in the time and effort to do it. There are, but there are exceptions. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.